Heyo guys and girls, welcome back to another video. In this one we are talking about the Yuffie DLC. The Yuffie DLC, yes, that's the name that I've stood by calling it because Intermission is just everyone knows about the Yuffie DLC at this point, so I'm just gonna continue calling it that. But that's besides the point. This DLC is super fun. It's a lot funner than I expected it to be. I expected it to be more like FF7R, which is, you know, just Yuffie DLC, but no, it gave me something more. A lot more than I was expecting, and it gets me really hyped for part 2, so without further ado, let's just get straight into this. First and foremost, we're gonna talk about the characters, and especially Yuffie. Yuffie is just so well done in this game. I don't know what they did, but like her personality is there, and just the character has so much personality. Even when you sit, she just flops down, and it's just so satisfying to see. Also, when Yuffie gives the Avalanche members a Dichaobin, they do this. This, in my opinion, is such good character interaction between Yuffie and the Avalanche members, even though they might be considered side characters. It just makes them feel more alive, essentially, than stale, as some characters did feel stale in Remake. Now, that's not talking towards the main cast. Well, I will say, like, the beginning kind of made them feel stale, especially when they were padding out the side quest portion of Remake, but in saying that, I do feel that charm was still there towards the end of the game, and it's really dope to see this kind of evolve into this DLC, which this alone puts a good impression on me for part 2 of the remake, so I'm really hyped to see where this goes from here. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is Fort Condor, baby. Now, usually in games, I really don't like the mini games, but this one really was dope. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. So once I played 1, then I played 2, then I kept going until I beat the entire slums that played Fort Condor. It was really fun. And of course, someone might say, oh, this was just a pad out remake even more, but I'm pretty sure these are optional, so you really don't have to do them unless you want to do all the side quests, which, I don't know, I just kept going at it, and I really thought it was a really fun minigame that was very unexpected to me, so I don't know, if they would have made a mobile game based on this, and not, you know, a battle royale, I would have been more happier and would have actually played that, but, you know, we're really getting a Final Fantasy battle royale that's not really necessary, but whatever. I will say though, Fort Condor was definitely a really good minigame, and it's probably gonna be way better than the battle royale that Square Enix is pushing for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Also, side quests overall feel really improved from Remake. I know that's weird to say, but that's just genuinely how I feel. They don't feel as like bland as they did in Remake, especially those beginning parts. I don't mind if I was collecting posters for the Happy Turtle. I don't care. It still felt super interactable, and it didn't feel like it was like really stale to do this side quest, like, you know, killing freaking rats and and, you know, the first parts of Remake do. Like, this really felt fun and interactive in certain cases, and then like trying to not scare the dog or have the dog bark at you when you're going up to one of the posters. I mean, it's a little BS to a certain degree, but no, it was definitely really fun. So I'm really looking forward to part 2 and hoping to see more side quests like these that are really fun be in part 2, because this put a really good impression on me going into part 2. I know I said that before, but it really comes a long way when looking at this DLC and like how much they've just improved the small things, you know? And the third and last thing that I'm going to be talking about is the combat. This combat feels so fluid and just so smooth. I just did not expect it to feel this good. Now, of course, this is due in fact to the 60 FPS that's playing a huge role here, but overall it just feels so buttery smooth that I was just so shocked when I was just playing it myself. Now, of course, you got the trailers that really show this, but playing it as a whole different story because you just don't expect it to feel this good. The best way I can compare this to is like Kingdom Hearts 2 combat with how just responsive, Yuffie is in this DLC, and Sonon too, because he plays a huge role in you doing attacks with him. It almost feels like the session move in Kingdom Hearts 2, but just like on steroids. It's crazy, like how broken that is at times, but it's really fun, and it's just super responsive. Especially when I was coming into this with PS4 Remake in mind. Now that I've been playing through Remake on hard mode, which twitch.tv/thelastdistress, to watch me continually suffer on that, and I couldn't even kill the dog in the slums. But I think this feels so smooth and responsive is just overall due to the 60 FPS, because playing regular Remake feels really good too now, and responsive comparatively to PS4 Remake, which it just doesn't feel as responsive as this version does. So with that being said, have you played FF7 Remake on PS5 yet? Have you played the Yuffie DLC yet? How are you enjoying it? Are you liking it? Put them in the comments down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing to see more content like this. So, with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.